So I'm trying just to squeeze in. Anyway, I've done quite a bit of footwork that I miss. So I will try to explain the general idea of the reverse action in order not to twist in the couple. So normally, if we have our body lock, that is right hip forward and left shoulder blade forward, and natural action was small circle, big circle, big circle. Reverse is actually opposite. I think that my rib cage is turning on the big circle, my head weight and my feet are going first. So if I turn very slowly to the left, I would use my head weight and I would activate my feet and the lower part of the body, keeping the rib cage to my partner. So generally, even that I have reverse turn, the main idea is to keep the spiral to the right. By turning to the left, our partnership has to remain the natural spiral. This I miss a lot, and quite often then this problem ends in man's right shoulder up and ladies' left shoulder blade down. So if I turn forward and I use my head weight will help me to turn. Also, if I go back, so normally it's too central, the turn. That's why we cannot change places. So if we just very quickly, I would analyze reverse pivot. When I go forward, I have to keep the left shoulder blade forward, use my head weight, and always step in CBMP position. Because when I go forward in the reverse action, my outside thigh connection has to be with the outside thigh of the man. My left foot inside thigh and the man's right foot outside thigh connection in all the reverse turns. And my foot, I support the man and I try to put the foot not towards the man's, difficult alone, the man's right foot has to stay outside, and the lady, by keeping the contact with the outside thigh of the man, would have to step towards the man's left foot. So generally, lady has this gorgeous line in CBMP position, supporting the man with the inside thigh. And then I turn. When I have a reverse pivot back, that is quite often after the slip and pivot for the man that ends quick open reverse, fall away, everything ending with this action. Here, the man has to turn the toe in, keeping the left shoulder blade still forward, inviting with the head. So then again, I get the energy from the head and the foot. And when I finish the turn, I have to be still with the left shoulder blade forward. So generally now it's quite fashionable to dance all the reverse actions through the contra-check position. But in order to understand the basics, I would advise all the younger couples first learn to do the proper action, which means, I give you example, from the same foot lunge. Pivot, pivot, let's say, connection to the chassis. Left shoulder blade forward. Pivot, toe turn in, pivot lower, CBM, first step of the chassis, left shoulder blade forward, head to the left. As an alternative, easy action and a little bit more covering the problem would be same foot lunge, pivot, pivot, contra check into chassis. So that would be a little bit easy, a little bit more dynamic, but I would just advise all the kids to go through the basic system, that they can understand the principle, and then we can put cherries on the cake on top. So, but we have to really understand that our main job is to make the cake tasty and nice. So not also beautiful, but also tasty. So this is by understanding and learning generally the basics. just the last point about all the reverse actions I wanted to make